Hey guys, this is Dave with Scatterbrain Blog. Today I'm going to show you how to use SketchUp to design the exterior of a house and at the same time highlight dimensional standards in the industry so that what you're designing is realistic and not just a cartoon. Here we go.
Alright, first off, I've been using SketchUp for over 10 years. I watched Google take it over and then Trimble from them. I've been using it for the entire time for designing houses inside and out. Before you follow along with this video, I suggest you have a decent understanding of the program and how all the tools work. I'll show some tips and tricks, but just give you the heads up. Alright, here I am in SketchUp 2016. This is the architectural design feet and inches template. We'll just get rid of this lady here, and first thing I like to do is make a large rectangle that would kind of act as the yard, and then what I do is I double click it and then you can right click it and make a group out of it. So then when you make a group out of it, it doesn't interact with the house by accident. So I'll start with the corner of the foundation, and the foundation is usually whole numbers. So I'll do let's do 30 feet. You can see down in the corner here the dimensions that you're typing in. So 30 feet, comma 24 feet. So there's the house. And the first thing I'll do is use the push-pull and pull that up, usually at least 8 inches above the lawn or the grade. Let me try that again. So 8. And then I'll offset this, the perimeter of this, a couple of inches, because that's the siding and the sheathing will overhang the edge of the concrete by just a little bit. So we'll do 2 inches there. And then we'll just do a simple cape for this model. And that's usually, so it's usually first floor only to the underside of the eaves on the front and the back. And so that's usually 8 feet plus, we'll say, another foot for the depth of the floor of the first floor joists. So we'll say 9 feet. That's how much we'll pull that up. And then what I'll do is you can fill this in. Just draw a line and that fills in. And then we'll offset the perimeter of this. Grab it. I'll do a 12-inch overhang all around. So that's going to be the overhang on all 4 sides. And then the overhang is usually 8 inches, about 8 inches high. So we'll use the push-pull tool, pull that up. Pull that up 8 inches. And then on capes, the pitch of the roof is what I go for next. What I like to do is I find the midpoint of the gable end, and I'll just draw a line that's a lot longer than I'll need. And then selecting this line here, I can rotate it. And then you can see the compass here. And so I'll put it on this face, and then if you hold shift, it will keep that. So then I go to the corner, and then selecting the line, then you can start to pull it up, and I'll hit control so that copies that line. Now I can type in a pitch, so I'll say 12:12, enter. So now I know that's rotated to the 12:12 pitch. That's a 12 inches run for 12 inches rise. And then I can complete that by going up to my my vertical line in the middle. I'll jump that back down to that side, erase that and that. Now with the push-pull tool I can copy this across, and I'll tap Control so it copies it down to that edge. Do a little cleanup. Alright, so we got the basic shell here. I'll just save a screenshot, sort of. It's a scene, so it's someplace where you can always go back to, no matter where you are located. You know, if you're under here and you're kind of stuck or whatever, just hit scene. It goes back to where you were. You can add a bunch of them and then eventually make an animation if you wanted. Alright, so the next part I'll do is I'll select these two lines, holding shift, I'll grab both of them, and then offset this the same 8 inches that I did down here. So this is going to be 8 inches too. And then I go into the corner, and then the corner boards on the house is what I'm mimicking here, which is usually 4 inches or 6 inches. So I'll do 4 here. And then come out and draw that up to there. I can delete that, and I'll do the same thing on this corner. There and up to there. Erase that. So now I can move this face back, and that looks a little bit more like the end of the house. I'll do the same thing over here. Select these two, offset. Oh, sorry, again. 8 inches. I'll just draw a line 4 inches. And that gives me that new endpoint that I can snap to. Out to there, up to there. One more time. 4. I actually remembered it that time, I didn't have to type it. Up to there. Snap that. Push pull tool. Back to there. Then erase that junk. So there's the shell. Let's say on the back we want a shed dormer. I'll start with drawing a line up here at the peak because I want the shed to come out and match at the top. So I'll just draw a line horizontally. And then I want to rotate it down to a 3/12 pitch. So we'll do this trick again. So start the rotate, hold shift, and then come over to here. Nope, missed it. Come over to here. What's going on? Reselect, rotate. There we go. So angle down 3:12. Now I'm going to draw the line up from the midpoint to match that. I'll just delete this little extension here. Okay, so now I'm going to come off with the same 8 inches down as I did down here. I'm going to draw a line 8 inches straight down. Then go back. I'm going to hit snap on the green axis and hold shift and just hover my pencil over this line because I want it to match that. Then I'll come down to there. And I held the shift so that it snapped on the blue and then hit that face. And that'll complete that so it makes this closed shape. And that's basically the profile of the dormer we're making. Use the push-pull tool. Let's make this dormer 12 feet wide. So I'm starting in the center. I'll go 6 feet this way. Then I'll go over to this side. Do 6 feet this way. Erase this line work in the middle. Alright, now we got to get the overhang here. And so I want to offset this down, but in SketchUp you need to have at least 2 lines selected to select for an offset of a plane. So I just select this one here just to get that. So I'll come down 8 inches, and I'm just going to erase that extra line. We'll come in here and do the 4 inches we did on the end. And go up. You can erase that. And I'll send this line back to the roof plane of the main house. And I can use this and pull this out 12 inches. Now we got that overhang. Oop. Erase this line work. Do it again on the other side. Offset 8 inches. Come over 4 up to there. Erase that and that. There we go. 12. Get rid of that. Now you can choose to keep this little piece of roofing here, or you can delete it. I like to delete it. So I'm going to start with a line, come through the roof, and get down to this plane here. I'm going to come out, go up, and up. So now I know that's a complete face in there. And I'm going to use the move command and then hit control and copy it over here. So now all those lines are cut, so I can cut that away. I'm just going to heal that face. I can erase that and that. So there we go. We have our shell. Now we can use the paint bucket to start making it look like a house. We'll go to brick and cladding. And I use this cladding siding white usually, which we can edit later for color and size. Just get rid of this line, I don't know where that came from. And so we'll edit this. The cladding is usually 4 inches of exposure, per course. And this particular piece, so we want this to be 16 inches in order to get that 4 inches of exposure. You can see down in the corner on 4 inches. And then we can use color wheel, RGB, any of these, kind of get the color you like. Maybe not the best color, but it'll work for now. Alright, let's get some roofing. There's a couple here for you. I'll go with this one, architectural. You see on most houses nowadays. That's fine. Just turn off the axes. And we can even hit the little bit of foundation that's exposed. Alright, let's get a front door. I usually pull them from the 3D warehouse. Let's see what we can find. Alright, so I'll just search for front door. Some whole houses, not really what I want. Maybe something with casing. There's a few good ones. Crisp-view doors. Keep looking. Oh, this one reminds me of the Brady, or Married with Children. Al Bundy. So I'll load this one in. Yes. The thing with grabbing stuff from the 3D warehouse is you're not sure of what you're going to be pulling in, if it's the right scale, whatever, so I like to check. So this is 3'5" 3/4. It's a little wide. 7'6", little. It's the right height though. Or no, it's tall actually. So this is a little big. Maybe we'll scale it down by 10% just for the sake of this video. Otherwise I would normally try and get it right at probably 3 feet wide and 80 inches tall. So I'll just grab this and say, I don't know, 90%. Alright, so I'll move it into place. You wouldn't want it here, but that's where I'm going to snap to begin with, because we have the thickness of the floor inside that we want to consider in the joists. So we'll pull it up a foot. You can kind of see the siding inside the door there, so take a square and just trace around the door. Delete that. So that door's good. Let's jump back into the 3D warehouse, see if we can find some decent windows. I think I'm just looking for simple double hung. This looks like it'll work. Architect Series from Pella. We'll load this in. This one actually looked like it cut the siding out, so that's nice. Usually you want the top of the windows to be even with the top of the door, which would be normally 80 inches. Some components that you can download have options, but I don't see any here. Some have, you can dynamically change the grill patterns or whatever you want. So I'll just copy this. Say I want it mirrored about the door. I'll just draw a quick line here and then select that and the window. And first I'll copy it. It's not a real good mirror command, or flipping it about the center of the door in Sketchup. So I do this. With that still selected, I'll right click on it and say flip along the red axis, and then it flips it that way. Then I can grab this line and move it back over the original. Now I know that these windows are symmetric about the center of the door. I'll delete that. So you can keep going from there and maybe turn the ground into some actual grass. We got that. Landscaping, vegetation, some grass here. And you keep dropping in windows and have some fun. Play with the colors for the siding. Add some scenes. You can make an animation, and you're off and ready to go.
Alright, that'll wrap it up. Hope you enjoyed it and can use it in your house designing endeavors. Check us out at Scatterbrain Blog, subscribe, where we have pop culture, movies, TVs, video games, and then other DIY and kind of drafting stuff that I'll be showing for you. Alright, have a good one.